They were not his clothes. No one knows who these clothes belong to, why he looked like such shit, why he was hallucinating, and why he was screaming the name Reynolds, and then he just died.
I mean, sometimes when you're like about to die, you hallucinate and talk to people that aren't there.
But he was like really going through it. I mean, he was so bad that he couldn't recollect what had happened to him.
Yeah, that's strange.
So,
Do you think there's like a possibility that he just like went over there?
well, that's the thing. So he was also supposed to be in his sober era.
Yes.
So this was doubly, he was trying. And, again, there's so many theories that go into this. Like, there's something called cooping back then, where these people on election day would, like, kidnap someone, like, beat them and kidnap them, and dress them in disguise, and make them go vote for who they wanted them to,
Yeah.
and then release them again. And sometimes they would, like, keep them in a room and, like, ply them with alcohol and shit, and, like, make them do it. So there is a theory that, like, cooping was responsible for this, and that maybe, like, that's what it was, which would be wild.
And just really fucking sad.
Yeah, it's fascinating and really tragic and sad. But like, we'll go into it at a later date, I think, for sure. But just know the man had a strange, troubled, weird death, troubled life. So seeing him like contemplating his choices over his own grave after he's died seems pretty fucking silly to me.
I feel like that would make somebody an awesome movie.
Right? Just posting over his own grave.
And then you just like delve into his life and choices.
That'd be sick.
Somebody did that yet?
Well, he also shows up at the altar inside of like what was the church, Westminster Hall now, a lot. Like he's walking around in there. And every year since this is just interesting to me. Every year since the 1940s, a mysterious figure visits Poe's grave on his birthday,
Oh, I knew this.
which I think is January 19th. And he leaves 3 red roses and a half-empty bottle of cognac, which is supposed to be Poe's favorite poison of choice. And then he toasts to him and then just leaves every year. And apparently one year, and he leaves, these people leave notes sometimes. One year there was a note that said, "Edgar, I haven't forgotten you." And according to America's Haunted Records, the original person who did this, like started this whole thing, died in 1998. There's proof of that, but they haven't revealed who it is. It's never been revealed. And then someone else took it up after them.
Obsessed.
After that person died, someone else is taking it upon themselves to do that.
That's the kind of lore that I want going on at my gravesite.
Right?
Like Phoenix at my gravesite.
Yeah.
And just be dark and leave me weird poison and roses.
One thing I would think he'd be pretty psyched about is after he died, one, he became insanely famous.
Yeah.
But 2, all his shit is so synonymous with like gothic culture and like spooky ravens and shit like that.
He's like the
That's what you want.
OG goth king.
Yeah, it's true. Like he was fucked up. Which I think like he was fucked
Like
up.
emo
But
goth.
obviously his like works are so gothic and wild and like
The deep lore of Mr. Poe.
deep lore. But that's Edgar Allan Poe hanging around.
That's cool.
There's also something that's called the Screaming Skull of Cambridge there.
Tell me all about that.
Which was what initially actually brought me to the cemetery.
It would bring me to that
Because I said a screaming skull, what?
You said, hey, what's that about?
And I was like, I bet it's not an actual screaming skull. No,
Fucking awesome.
yeah, because I was like, oh, you're going to tease me with this, and then it's going to be something stupid. Nope.
Screen skull.
Apparently, a local minister was murdered nearby, and after he was buried, his skull kept screaming relentlessly all hours of night. And people said the shrieking would drive people mad because they wouldn't stop. So they dug him up. This was like in the 1800s. They dug him up, they gagged the skull, encased it in concrete, and then decapitated him and placed the concrete screaming skull next to his grave.
I sort of feel like there was a better way to go about that.
Probably. But it kept screaming.
feel that way.
It kept screaming.
Good.
Yeah, I would too.
I'd be like,
scream
guess what?
louder.
Exactly. You fucked up. I'm gonna get louder.
I'm getting louder. And sometimes they get stronger.
Turn that in the world and say, turn that in the world. Turn that in the world and say, yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes,
She can be seen on very dark and foggy
yes,
evenings.
yes,
Full
yes,
body
yes,
apparition.
yes.
And she's always seen
Yes,
kneeling
yes,
and
yes,
praying.
yes, yes, yes,
And her,
yes,
that's a real
Yes.
cemetery.
Keep the thumb.
You can find
Yes.
her grave, and it says,
Yeah.
her epitaph says,
Yes.
blessed with peculiar
Yes.
sweetness of temper, a mind
Yes.
pure and exalted,
Yes.
a heart
Yes.
pious and faithful,
Yes.
she died beloved and lamented.
Yes.
Early, bright,
Yes.
transient,
Yes.
chaste as morning dew, she sparkled,
yes,
was
yes,
exalted.
yes.
And I was like, I was gonna say, what a love.
Who is killing me right now?
So it would have been so expensive.
Very expensive, but it's just like,
me right now.
but it's beautiful.
But it is. That really is.
Who say person
I
settle?
really did. But I was like, she sounds
That
like
person's
a
dead
seriously cool chick.
or
But then you wonder, like,
trash?
why is she praying over her grave? I know.
I hope she did make it to where she wanted to
I
be.
know. I'm like, I hope there's another story that is from